Hello YouTube, I'm Frogman Forever and welcome to my brand new Let's Play of Pikmin for the Nintendo GameCube. This game was released in 2001. It's awesome. Let me press start before it goes into the demo. I love this game. I spent a lot of my middle and high school years playing it. I mean, not throughout my middle and high school years, but just from time to time during those years. It's a fun game. It's one of those games that has a lot of replay value. If you're not familiar with it, we'll get into it. I don't want to go into too much about the game. I'm probably not going to read everything, but I'll leave it on screen long enough for you to hit the pause button and you can read it on your own. But I'll kind of fill you in on what's going on if it's not already made obvious to you. So this game, it's great. It gives you a certain amount of time to beat the game. I have, been able to do that pretty consistently in my history of playing this game. But it has been a while, so I'm a little rusty. I haven't really practiced, as usual, sorry. But fortunately, the game's not very difficult when you start off, so I'll have some time to adjust. So this is Pikmin. Let's get right into it. Alright, so I played not too long ago, I don't think. And I made it to day 6, but it's probably been about 2 months since I last played. And before then, it was years. It's been years since I've played, so I'm a little unfamiliar. I don't really remember the old routes I used to take. But let's go ahead and just start a new file, and we will kind of make do with what we have. So we're going to do file 2. I love that music. I love the drum beat and everything to it. Very cool. Music in this game, phenomenal. So we have crash landed on this planet. Again, I will skip most of this dialogue, but feel free to pause it. Although I'm sure... Hold on, is there a way to hit the B? Okay, that'll go through it. So I'm going to hit B. And then give you a brief second to read it, or to hit pause and then read it yourself. But basically, Captain Olimar is my name, and I've crash landed on the planet. And this is my ship called the Dolphin. All the engine parts are gone, and I must collect them all because I only have 30 days to live. So here we go. So again, there are 30 parts, and I have to collect them all in 30 days. Now, this first level is basically your main tutorial level. There's no time limit on it, so that's pretty cool. And you have an opportunity to, familiarize yourself with the controls and the pause menus and all that stuff. Hold on, let's see. Okay. Now, there's a way to adjust your camera and everything, but it won't let me do that at this point. But you can walk around and, see things and everything. I'm just going to cut to the chase and get right to it. I don't want to waste too much time. So you're going to need to walk over here. Alright, basically seed comes down and I have to walk on over once it sprouts. There we go. There you go. If you want to read that, go for it. Alright, so I'm basically just going to pluck them. go. Alright, so basically just telling you some controls. So now I can finally play around with the camera and the angles. Let me just readjust. So there's the close, medium, and then the far. Let's see. I can also hit an overview. And whoops, let's see. Let's do that. I like that view. Alright, cool. Alright, let's do it. So basically, day one, you are trying to build your Pikmin population. And so Olimar is basically talking about how amazing it is that these little dudes can create more little dudes by carrying these little pills. And you can also carry enemies, and we'll get into that. Basically, that's it. So there is significance to the color of these pills. Basically, if you have a red Pikmin carry a red pill, that you will get 2 Pikmin. However, if you have a different color Pikmin, and we'll get into those later, carry a red pill, and so obviously they're not, the Pikmin and the pill don't match, you're only going to get whatever number is on the pill. So if that one says a 1, you're only going to get 1. But since these guys are red and they carry a red pill, they'll get 2. Little bonus. So, like, for instance, look at this 5 right here. Big whopper there. We're going to throw all 5 of our Pikmin to carry it. So, any other Pikmin color would carry that. They would only get 5. But if you take a red here, I don't remember how many you get. I want to say you get 7, but I don't quite remember. So there you go. It's just basically it. You know, you kind of are limited to as far as what you can do in day one. You're basically just kind of walking around, familiarizing yourself with the controls and letting your Pikmin grow in their population. Okay, so I think that... Okay, actually, that only released 5, so that basically made me look like an idiot. But I think that's a thing they do in Pikmin 2. I don't know. I don't remember. I could have sworn you get a little bonus at some point. Maybe they won't do it for the sake of the tutorial level. Or maybe I'm just completely mixing myself up. But, you know, feel free to comment and correct me or, you know, address what's really going on. Because I thought I would have gotten at least 1 more Pikmin for the bonus. I don't know. At any rate, pick up another Pikmin there. Yeah, that's another thing I forget sometimes is that, like, okay, so like in Pikmin 2, if you throw a Pikmin to take, like if you throw one at a flower and it takes down the pill, if that Pikmin is that Pikmin that you threw, if it's still close to the pill, then or the capsule or whatever you want to call it, it'll automatically grab it. But in this game, if you throw a Pikmin at a flower, it'll basically knock the pill down, but then it won't automatically take the pill. So, you have to, like, remember to throw the Pikmin back at the pill after you've already defeated the flower. I know, it sounds complicated, but essentially, or maybe I'm making it complicated, but essentially, there's just an extra step added in the first game. The second game kind of simplifies it. I love Pikmin 2, by the way, and I don't know if I'll play it, or at least not anytime soon, but I may come around and get to that one at some point. But it's been such a long time since I've played this, and I remember always loving this game. And just playing it all the time. And what's really cool about it is just because you have a certain time limit, you know, to beat the game. I always just thought that was so cool. And there is a way you could lose. I mean, obviously, if you don't get all the ship parts, then, you know, you you lose. There is a way to lose this game. So, it's really cool. So obviously you move, you know, that box had a number 10 on it, so you need to have at least 10 Pikmin pushing it in order to move it, and that's basically what he's saying for the most part. But very cool. So we have got this box out of the way, and look at this, it's a ship part. I think it's a very important part. I believe this is the engine. So basically he's going to be talking about that. Alright. And before we take the engine, let's see if we could do any more exploring. I don't know if we can. Well, there's a pill up there, so I want to grab it. Because I want to collect as many Pikmin as possible on this day 1, especially since I don't have a time limit. Because if you run out of time on any other day, you're SOL. No chance of grabbing those Pikmin and rebuilding the Pikmin population. Well, I mean, I think, you know, you can come back the next day if you really want to, but, you know, you need to make sure that you have them all together. Now, you don't want to leave any Pikmin behind. That can happen. It will happen to me probably at some point, but I don't want to give the game the satisfaction of doing that to me on day 1. I can't make careless mistakes like that this early in the game. I can't promise that I'll save a lot of Pikmin, but I will do my best to spare as many Pikmin lives as possible. Now, what's cool, nothing's over here yet, but if I was to come back on a different day, there would be some giant pills over there. Again, I'm sorry if I keep calling them pills and that's not what they're called. Some people might call them, like, capsules or vitamins or I don't know what you would call them, but I hope I'm giving you all enough time to read that. I'm sorry if I'm skipping through. I think he's talking about like the leaves and how they kind of glow when they're underground. I don't know. But, oh yeah, what's cool is that if you leave these Pikmin underground, they will gradually form buds and then they'll bloom into flowers. And basically, if they have buds, they will go a little bit faster and they'll be a little bit stronger. And if they have flowers, they'll run as fast as they possibly can, and they'll be as strong as they possibly can. So very cool. So I'm at 25 Pikmin, and that is the most that you can collect on day 1, to my knowledge anyway. So let's go ahead and grab this ship part. And it's a lot faster. You can throw the Pikmin at this thing, but it's just a lot faster if you use the C stick, and you can drag them over and pick them all up at once. So that's pretty much day 1. Actually, before I drop them off, I want to say something to these Pikmin. Attention, Pikmin! Captain Olimar here. I want to share with you all this. I have crash landed on this planet, a planet I am not familiar with, a planet that is probably really dangerous, and I need to get back home. I need to get back home to my wife, I need to get back home to my children, I need to get back to my job and my life and everything that comes with it. You all seem to me as inferior beings, and I fully intend to take advantage of each and every one of you. Some of you may die. In fact, most of you will probably die. In fact, I would be surprised if even one of you survived to the end. But that is a chance I am willing to take. I will surrender your life so that mine may be spared. And I want you all to know that this is an honorable thing that you all are doing. Not so much to me, but, you know, you can consider yourself heroes amongst your own people. So as we fly up into the atmosphere at night, I want you to speak amongst yourselves and tell about the stories of you and your ancestors and how you helped me, a superior being, get home. What better than to do so humbly and I guess with some sort of meaning, but not to me. I'm using you. Grab my part and take it to the ship because we're going to get started here. Oh, by the way, some of you may be squished, eaten, electrocuted. You may drown. You may burn. You may explode. You're going to die horrible ways. Maybe if you do what I say and you don't get too far ahead of yourselves, you'll live. And you can live on and tell your children and your children's children how you were a hero for even a day or a second or whatever. Or you can have other people speak on your behalf because you may be dead. Alright, let's go. Go ahead and grab your engine because I need to do this. Let's get out of here. We are wasting time here. We need to get me home. I need to get home, guys. Come on. I gotta get home to my wife. I miss my wife very much. Oh, glorious, blah-de-blah-de-blah. Okay, so basically he's happy. We can fly into the atmosphere, I believe, and we can essentially stay up there during nights. Because, wait, did I miss a Pikmin, or was that Pikmin just being stupid? I don't know. I hope I didn't forget anyone. I didn't really count. But, yeah, no, essentially at nighttime there are nocturnal creatures. Basically, they all come out and, well, I think you'll see them in a moment, actually. Oh, maybe you won't. Well, generally you'll see nocturnal creatures come out and, you know, they'll eat whatever gets left behind or just any Pikmin who happen to be within the vicinity. But yeah, here we go. I'll read this, why not? 1 day since impact. I have somehow managed to launch the dolphin, but I was surprised to see the onion lift off with me. Perhaps the Pikmin... The onion, by the way, is where the Pikmin stay. I don't know if I said that. Perhaps the Pikmin cannot survive overnight on the planet's surface. Or have they merely decided to join me for other reasons? Either way, it seems they will help me again tomorrow. Well, that's not really how I feel. I want them to be with me because I need to get off this planet. So there are 29 parts. And I have 29 days to repair the dolphin. So basically the next level is Forest of Hope. Sorry if I didn't give you enough time to pause there. So we raised the population. There it is, the top, to 25. Yeah, sprouted. Now obviously they'll keep track of how many you lose in battle. If you lose anything in battle in the first day, then you're not playing Pikmin 1, because I don't know anything about that. And then if you can leave them behind if you don't keep tabs on them. That's really bad. And they die horribly. As many of them will, and in this playthrough, I'm sure. Regardless, we are going to continue. Well, I'm going to end this first segment. I'll do a day per episode, but as you can see, we are able to leave the impact site. Now, on the bottom right, there it shows the parts in this area, so I already have collected one. The other one I can't get just yet, so I'll have to come back for that one. But in the meantime, you can always go back to the impact site if you want to raise your Pikmin population, but again, not really worth it until I do something first. So we're going to, in the next episode, we're going to continue on to the Forest of Hope. It's level 2 in this game. And we're going to see what lies in the Forest of Hope. And that'll be the first day where we have ourselves a time limit. So I'm going to have to be a little more careful about how I use my time. But thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. Thanks for joining me on this first episode of Pikmin. I hope that I'll have your company for the episodes to follow. Until then, I hope you all take care of yourself. You know, feel free to like this video, comment if you want to share something about what I've done today or where I'm going in the future, or if you may want to answer that question about the whole pills and the numbers and everything. Do so in the comments. I welcome anything that you may have to contribute. Oh, and you know, if you want to subscribe, go ahead and hit that button. But you know, that's totally up to you. I just really appreciate the fact that you're here for me watching this video. That's plenty. That's really generous of you to give your time just to be here and watch this. Alright, so again, I suck at goodbyes, so I'm going to continue on day 2 at the Forest of Hope next time. Until then, you take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.